Hey everybody, it's Nicholas Rogers with Big Timber Lodge, your favorite Glock 43X gun reviewer on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. But today, I've got something special for you. I went ahead and took the Glock 43X out, got something done to it that I've been saying I was going to do for a while. So let's jump right into it. Dun dun dun! That's right, everybody. So finally, after all this time complaining about shooting low left and how my HK VP9SK, I solved that issue with that pistol by getting a flat face trigger. I finally, at the recommendation of viewers like you, went with the Apex Special Edition trigger on my Glock 43X. What came in the packaging? It came with the actual flat face trigger shoe and the trigger safety, as well as the control arm. It uses the OEM bar, so that doesn't get swapped out. It's just the control arm and the trigger shoe and the safety. And it has a completely different feel than that OEM trigger. So as you can see, there's no ammunition, there's no magazine. I'm in a safe environment. I have to say that because YouTube. And when I put my finger on the trigger and pull, I notice there's actually more tension when I immediately start to pull, and it's just tension, 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 and there's no real wall. But it's not spongy. It's just like the tension's building up and then it just breaks. It's not like with the OEM trigger, it was like you would start to squeeze, you'd pull the trigger safety in, and then start pulling down. It was very easy to move, and then you got to this like wall, and then it was a very crisp wall, and then you had to build up, build up, build up, and then breaks, right? With this trigger, what I've noticed is it's tension. As soon as that trigger safety goes in, that trigger starts to come down. There's tension, 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 and it's building tension, and then it just breaks, okay? It doesn't hit a wall. I haven't taken it to the range yet, so I'm very excited to take this, but I could say that it feels good. And one of the things that I notice is like, with the old OEM trigger that I had on there, I used to practice with it, right? People would be like, oh, you just don't know how to squeeze the trigger correctly. I used to notice that when I would squeeze the trigger, the gun would typically jump to the left when the trigger broke. I don't have that with this pistol. It just stays dead straight. And I kind of feel like that's probably because the tension just continuously builds until it actually does break instead of hitting a wall, and then I have to build up a lot of pressure in order for it to make it to break. So I'm excited to take this to the range and see if it really does fix my issue of shooting low left and taking it to center. What I have for us today is very special. Because I got this, I no longer need this OEM round trigger, right? I'll pick that up later, just in case this trigger does not suit me. The gunsmith that installed this for me said that I could put the OEM trigger right back on. Not a big deal, so I will pick that up. But what I want to show you guys today is, what does the trigger pull on this Apex trigger measure on my 43X after just putting in a new trigger shoe as well as a control arm? The trigger bar is the same thing, so I'm very excited to see them. All right, today I'm going to be using my Lyman trigger pull gauge to measure the weight of my Apex trigger on my Glock 43X. Once again, this is just a drop-in trigger shoe and trigger safety with a control arm utilizing OEM trigger bar. So once again, I do want to show there is no ammunition, no magazine. I'm going to cock this. You do have to dry fire the pistol. So I have it here. I'm going to press the start button or hit clear first, make sure there's no previous data, because we are going to do this 10 times and then get an average. Press this, place this onto the trigger shoe. What's the first one? 3 pounds, 10 ounces. All right, that is fairly light. Recock. Three pounds, 6.8 ounces. Cock. I probably shouldn't say that too many times. 2 pounds, 15.4 ounces. That's a little light for a conceal and carry. 3 pounds, 7.7 ounces. 3 pounds, 13.5 ounces. 4 pounds, 2.8 ounces. 3 pounds, 9.8 ounces. I think this is the last one. 4 pounds, 1.7 ounce. Let's see if it does one more. 4 pounds, 3.7 ounces. Then I'm gonna hit the average button, and we came in for an average out of 10 pulls, I believe, at 3 pounds, 11.5 ounces. All right, everybody, so my first impressions on this Apex Special Edition trigger for this Glock 43X is it feels pretty good, right? 3 pounds, 11.5 ounces is a little lighter than I probably would have liked. I would have liked to have been right around 4 pounds. But, you know, I'm realistically only 4.5 ounces off from hitting 4 pounds. So it's just a little bit lighter than I would have liked. But not so light that I feel uncomfortable carrying it, because it does have this trigger shoe safety involved, right? So even if it is a light trigger, this trigger is not going to engage unless I push this trigger safety in. And that brings me peace of mind and comfort. As far as the feel of this actual trigger, it's different than what I was used to with the OEM 43X trigger. I was lucky enough, though, to get a 43X with a good trigger from factory, whereas other people's that I felt not so great. But with this, still very smooth. As I come down, there's no hump. And the tension builds. Like from here, it's like it starts building, and then it just goes. So there's, like I said earlier, there's no wall that you hit, but it's not spongy. The tension just continually builds, and then it just breaks. And the reset, fairly short. That's a very nice reset. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it answers some questions about what the trigger pull feels like, and also what the trigger weight would be if you did the swap out for yourself. So I'm excited to try this out. So until next time, peace.
Can I get a yeah.